Enterprise Management 360.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Tech Chat. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be speaking with Nick Sacke, Head of IoT and Products at Comms365. Nick is going to be lending his expertise on the impact of 5G. So let's go ahead and find out his thoughts on the matter. Thanks so much for joining me today, Nick. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure to be here, thank you.
So I wondered if, to begin with, you could give us an introduction to 5G and its current state in the UK?
Well, I think the current state is probably a bit of confusion, actually, because we've had some very high-profile launches of services by EE, which is now, of course, a division of BT. Vodafone have launched a service, and we also have launch announcements of services to be introduced by both Three and O2 Telefonica. So at the moment, we have initial launch in some cities, plans to launch in others, and also we have consumers and, of course, businesses trying to get to grips with what the new technology can do.
It's definitely making for a very exciting time, and it's creating a lot of buzz across industries. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about why. What does 5G have to offer, and what are organisations most looking forward to about it? And what's more, how is it a step up from previous networks?
I think there's been a very, very strong push on the mobile broadband capability of 5G. So anybody who knows, we had 2G, then 3G, which is around the time we started to look at web pages on our phones with any sort of reliability. And then, of course, the current system, 4G, has greatly expanded that capability. But now 5G offers tremendous transformative potential in the broadband area. So, the consumer arguments are often put in front of people, which are to do with the downloading of rich content, films, and other content onto your mobile device. And in addition to that, there's been a lot of talk about the capability of 5G to be able to offer something called ultra low latency, which in layman's speak is if you are trying to access a web page or a service and on your current mobile device, you might get a bit of delay. You click on the web page and then you wait. Well, with 5G, the promise is that you won't have to wait. Another area which positively impacts business in particular is the capability to support potentially millions of IoT or Internet of Things connected devices. This is not the kettle per se or the toaster. We're talking about devices in the field. So this might be lighting, over street lighting. This might be air quality sensors. This might be trackers on containers and interfaces to machines. So basically a wireless that gives us the capability to keep these devices online and derive data from them. So those are the three main areas.
I think given everything you've just said, it's no surprise that everybody is so excited for 5G. But as its induction gains momentum, there has been widespread speculation and excitement over how it's going to transform telecoms. But we can't be too sure how this will play out until its adoption matures. So how do you think expectations for 5G should be managed?
So our company is in the business of creating wide area networks and connectivity, wireless connectivity for those networks. And we use a lot of 4G. So we're pretty excited about 5G's potential. And the way that might transform our business is having access to basically a software virtualized network with differing capability, depending on which type of network capability you require. The expectations that this will solve everything right from the beginning need to be tempered, in our view, with the reality. And the reality is that it will take some time for the core networks to bed in, for the remote site infrastructure to be rolled out, and then for services to be operationalized.
Okay, that's really insightful. Thank you. We wanted to also find out from you, how do you think the adoption of 5G is going to reshape B2B enterprises, and how should these enterprises be prepared?
So it's well known in studies done by leading consultancy firms that mobile connectivity has played a fundamental role in productivity. The science behind the linking between productivity and the mobile connectivity is not as prolific as we'd like, as opposed to fiber fixed line. There's a definite causal link being talked about between the use of mobile connectivity linked to cloud-based applications and services, and that the fact that we have this connectivity available makes us more productive, more agile, and of course more competitive.
Nick, thank you so much for taking the time to share your expertise with us.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, and by the time we talk next, there will be more to say.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Tech Chat, and thanks once again to Nick for the insightful discussion. If you're interested in generating leads for your business, then head on over to our Tell Us Your Audience page, where we can distribute your content across North America, APAC and Europe, delivering SQLs and MQLs right back to you. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on LinkedIn or Twitter, or head on over to our website, em360tech.com, for more great content.